Welcome to my channel. This is the approximately 1 year update to my will strategy and my Roth and my 401k. And I meant to do it earlier, but the market's been pretty crazy lately, and I kind of wanted to capture that because that was the change I was looking for to see if, this is something I would recommend to other people or not. And at this point, unless you're really bored, I don't think I would recommend it. It's just a lot of stuff to learn and you can make some profits at it, but even with using an ETF, it can swing quite a bit. We were using the VOO and VTI, VOO as the S&P 500. It was somewhat steady for most of the year, but then here at the end, it just climbs super fast. And that's the time when, if you're doing the wheel strategy and you're not careful, you can lose a lot of money. And then VTI, the one thing I did definitely learn is that VOO is only 500 stocks roughly. VTI is a lot more stocks, I think over 1,000. And because of that, it doesn't change. You can see the scale on the left here. It does go up, but nowhere near the amount of change of VOO. So I would be more confident on being able to make money with the VTI because it's smaller changes than the VOO. This page is my summary, and this page is going to be linked in the description down below. We can see I have my Roth IRA and my Roth 401k, and I have all the numbers here, and this is basically showing if I did nothing at all versus, the wheel strategy that I've been using. And you can see here that overall, my Roth IRA, which is the VOO, I'm actually down 4% from what I would be at. For VTI, I'm up 13%. And that's just because, like I said, those jumps of VOO were so much more than the VTI. So I took some actions, and I'll show it on the spreadsheet. I took some actions that were a lot of money, and that's what really killed the delta, I believe. Now I'm still up, don't get me wrong. Overall, I'm still up 17% and 23% in my 401k. This is the delta of if I hadn't done anything at all. Most of the year up until like September, October, this was a positive number. It only went down because of this huge surge in December timeframe, November, December timeframe. And that's also why I held off having this video. So in the next tab, I have a breakdown of all my Roth IRA, cash secure puts, and covered calls. I'm not going to go over all of these. I just want to call out the highlights. The biggest highlights are this surge that happened in like November mostly. You can see the red here is when I bought to close early, and that's just because I didn't want to sell the stock at the price that I sold some covered calls when it was in that dip, and now it just jumped so much further. Even though it was a 30 delta, it still jumped way out of it. So here I paid $871 to close out of that one. I paid $761 to close out of this one. I paid $851 to close out of that one, and that's what really killed. You can see all these are in the October to November time frame. If we go further up, you can see the most is like 300. Oh, there's one here that this was a huge jump. This was a mistake I did, is I should have just let this one go. This was just a temporary bump. The ones down here I don't really regret as much, but definitely this one up here. I just freaked out way too early. I should have let the market go. The biggest thing is you need to have a plan, and in some of these I didn't follow my plan. Again, I'm still learning, still trying to get the hang of things. If I'd stuck with my plan, I wouldn't have lost quite as much, but so some money can be made. Just you have to be able to take the swings. Even with ETFs, those swings can be pretty significant. This last one, I actually spent $851 to close out that covered call, and then the other one I just let sell for $425, but I actually bought it at $413, $414 basically. So I still made like $10 per share times 100 shares. So I still made a profit off that, but now I'm selling cash secure puts for that money. So I've still got one batch of 100 that I'll be selling covered calls on, and then now I'll start my cash secure puts. And then up here at the top right, I've got kind of the summary. So from doing this, I've made $15,371 and annualized return of 17.66%. And you can, look at my numbers and double check, put a comment if you see an error in the math or something like that. I think they're pretty accurate. I had a couple people look at it. And then this was the VOO. So this is the one that changes a lot more often. This is Fidelity. This one I'm doing VTI, which is a total stock market index. This one I'm only doing one at a time. I've only got enough for 100 shares. So no major ones. Like I paid to roll this one, I paid $490, but then I sold a covered call for $299. So it's only like, $200. So that's a lot less than the 900, 700 numbers that we were seeing on VOO. And then for this one, I'm up 4,800 or 23% annualized. I'm still going to keep doing this. I don't think it'll keep skyrocketing like it is, especially the VOO. If anything, I could see myself just backing out of doing VOO just because it is so volatile. I mean, here we went from 360, over here is like 380, so that's in a $20 range. But from this, roughly 380, it jumped all the way up to almost 440 in like a month or two, which is just a huge swing. And even if you have a 30 delta, it's still going to go up a lot. So overall, I've learned a lot. Made a few mistakes that caused me to get this negative 3.9% compared to if I didn't do anything at all. And my numbers could be messed up here, honestly. If someone sees an error, you should be able to see what the math is or the formulas are on the cells. If someone wants to take a look at the cells and if there's some better way of doing this for me, please leave a comment down below. I think it's somewhat accurate though. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or if anyone wants me to cover something else in regards to my strategy and what I'm doing with it. This is, I think, the third or fourth video in this series, and will probably be my last one. I might do like another one in, a year or something like that too, or a couple years to see where it's at that point. Or if I do stop doing this, I'll probably do another video as well. And again, the link is shared in the description of the video if you want to check out any of these charts. And the last one, just for anyone new, this is just an ROI calculator. This is what I use to determine when I try to sell a covered call or cash secure put, the return on capital and the annualized return on capital. So that can be useful. If nothing else, if you're doing anything with wheels, you can grab that. But thanks for watching. Appreciate your views, and like and subscribe if you like this content. And if there's something else you want me to cover with the wheel strategy or options or personal finance in general, please just put a comment down below and I'll see if there's enough interest. Happy New Year.